Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back in to another edition of Astros Recap. So here we go. Back at the iHeartMedia studios here. It is Sunday, 6:07 p.m., October 1st. So we're finally into the month of October here. I've been tinkering with the mic a little bit. Volumes, hopefully things sound good. Not too loud. I've been messing around with the volume there. So hopefully everything's good there. Obviously, yeah. Background noise, what's going on the radio right now, so we'll try to make this semi-quick. We'll see. I might have people coming in and out of the door here because we got a new news anchor, so they're asking questions and hopefully I can help them out. So just keep that in mind. If I have to step away momentarily, it wouldn't be long, but maybe answer a question here and there. Just keep that in mind. It's a little different this weekend, at least at the studio here. So Astros got the job done. So not only do they secure a playoff spot, but they actually win the American League West, which is miraculous when you think about everything that went down this week. I remember talking to you last week at this exact same spot, and it was sort of up in the air. The Astros had just got swept by Kansas City, and it was sort of like, we knew that they had to take these series and hope things went their way, basically. And I think it did even more because I was more than satisfied with the wild card spot, third wild card. That's what we were hoping for, playing Minnesota first round. We were hoping to be able to do that, and the Astros did even more, and now they're off a week. They don't play till Saturday, I believe. They don't even play. Texas is in. Mariners are out. So there was one of those three teams that was going to be out, and it ended up being the Mariners. So there's that. But yeah, the Astros going to Seattle. They take 2 or 3. They win the first and third games in that series, and then they go into Arizona and they sweep them. So everything fell into place. Rangers took 2 or 3 against the Angels to start the week, but they dropped 3 of 4, which allowed the Astros a chance to swoop back in and take the ALDS title, and they did. Kind of crazy to think of everything that took place. I remember thinking earlier this week, I was like, listen, the Astros swept the Rangers about a month ago, and they had the division lead, and they padded it. They had like a 2.5, 3.5 game lead. Things looked good. But it felt like the Rangers really got hot at the end. They swept the Mariners last weekend, and it looked like they had a 2.5 game lead. It's like, listen, they're playing the best baseball, and it just, everything felt like this was the Rangers division. And whether you want to say they choked or the Astros stole it, whatever you want to say at the end of the day, which I hate that saying, end of the day, but we sit here and the Astros have won the AL West yet again. So excited about that. Not super thrilled that they have to wait now 6 days. I don't think that really helps the team now. A day or two of rest is okay, but you got to, you take 5 days off. And they got to play at home, so I'm not happy about that either. I'd rather play out on the road, but playoffs, different story. Yeah, we are. I'm sort of speechless to think about what just took place and how everything just turned in the last 3 games of the series. And then you think about the Astros this year and everything they've been through with the injuries. Altuve 2 months out to start the year. You lose Garcia. I don't count McCullers, but you lose Urquidy, Garcia. Obviously Brantley didn't play till like September. You had Alvarez out for about a month and a half. With everything we've dealt with to really come through the way they did. And the record's not great. 90-72 is respectable, but it's not like the 100-win seasons they've had in the past, but still enough to get the job done. So excited about that. I'm going to give you the playoff picture. Also, I don't have a ton of time here, obviously, but I'm going to give you the playoff picture. I got to grab my phone here. But I also want to take a few seconds and go back to my preseason prediction show and tell you how bad things were there. So, but real quick, so everything's wrapped up. National League, so the teams that were sort of there that did not make it, Chicago and Cincinnati were right there in the mix. But Arizona's in it as the third wild card. Miami Marlins, that's a shocker. Or there's the second wild card. And Philly had that first wild card on lockdown, pretty good. Atlanta won their division, 104 game. They won 104 games, which is the most of anybody in all of baseball. Dodgers won 100 games. And Milwaukee won the Central, winning 92. Orioles, best record in the American League, 101-61. Houston, 90-72. And Minnesota, 87-75. And your wild card standings there, Tampa Bay. No doubt, they were battling for the division the entire year. They went 99-63, but first wild card by a pretty wide margin. Texas, second. Toronto losing back-to-back games. They've fallen out of the third wild card, and Seattle misses out. So that's it. Matchups. Astros don't have to worry about a whole lot. But what I tried to say earlier, they won't even play the Rangers if the Rangers win their wild card matchup. They'll be playing the winner of Minnesota and Toronto. So we'll be keeping eyes on all the playoff games, all the wild card series, but that's the one you'll be playing the winner there. So I'm not going to say who I really root for there. I mean, both those teams, Minnesota took 4-6 from them in the regular season. Toronto took 4-7. Not that matters. Playoff baseball is completely different, but there's that. So anyway, my preseason predictions, I did have the Astros winning the division, so I got that right, but I had the Mariners making a wild card spot. That obviously didn't happen. So I did not have the Rangers make the playoffs. I was way off on this. I had the Chicago White Sox winning the AL Central. Way off on that. It's weird because the White Sox were so good in 2021, and they fell back in 2022. Thought they'd come back, bounce back this year. They couldn't do it, and yeah. It was either them or the Guardians. I'm not sure, but I think I picked the White Sox. I gotta pull that tape and actually figure out. But yeah, I didn't have Baltimore at all. I had Baltimore actually falling because I think they overachieved last year. Usually teams that overachieve fall back. But I had the Yankees winning that division. I did have Tampa Bay getting in. They're in. I think I also had Toronto getting in. They're in. But I did not have Baltimore. I did not have Texas. I did not have Minnesota. So yeah, I'm just thinking back to what I actually had. But I had the Yankees. I had the White Sox. Those are the teams I missed out on. So yeah, and again, I got to pull that tape because I can't remember exactly how it went down. I know National League, I did have the Braves winning the division. I had the Dodgers winning the division. I think I had the Cardinals winning the Central off there. I think I had the Phillies making the playoffs. I didn't have Miami or Arizona making it. I had San Diego making it. They didn't. I had the Mets making it. They didn't. I think that's it. I had Philly. Yeah, I had Philly in the wild card along with the Mets and the Cardinals had winning the division, and that was it in the Central. But yeah, I had Phillies, Padres, and Mets as wild card teams. I might have even picked the Padres to win the division. But again, like I said, I got to pull that tape. But a lot of screw-ups. I'm not going to dwell on that. But yeah, every year it's different. I mean, you can't pick the same teams because it just never works out that way. I mean, it does for some of them, but not all. So yeah, you got to go out on a limb, shake things up because it's always a different, playoff picture. But yeah, also want to go through sort of some of the Astros. I know I didn't really talk about the games this week, but Verlander was great Monday. He was also great yesterday. I mean, he got pulled in the ninth inning on Monday after giving a leadoff double after 8 shutout innings. That run did score, was charged to him, but in a game that they needed Monday, they got it. Fall on Tuesday, a lot of base running, errors. They had 3 errors in the game, which was bad. Wednesday, needed to win that series, got the win off day Thursday, and then they sweep. They didn't even play good baseball on Friday or Saturday. Like Friday, they scored 2 runs. They won 2-1. Saturday, they scored 1 run. They won 1-0. Today, they put up 8. In the offense, A pretty good outburst. Jose Abreu came through a lot in the series. In fact, he drove in the only 2 on Friday and the only 1 on Saturday. So he drove in all 3 runs that the Astros needed on Friday and Saturday. I think he had a 2-run home run today. So if he starts to get hot at the right time, that could really help us in the playoffs. So, but yeah, I want to get to sort of the, see if I can pull up the box score here. The season ends, give you Altuve finishes with a 311 average, 915 OPS. Struggled a little bit here last week, but I mean, I can't argue the average there. So Kessinger came in to pinch hit for him. I won't talk about that. Bregman 262. Again, I said 280 had to get there. He didn't. See what he does in the postseason. 804 OPS for him. Tucker 284. Can't complain there. 886 OPS. Had a questionable inside the park home run. I don't think they ruled it that. They ruled it a triple and an error. But he was 1 home run shy of the 30-30 club for home runs, stolen bases, which he's done. I know he did it last year. It might be 2 years in a row, but if they don't credit him with a home run, then didn't get it. So Alvarez 293, 990 OPS. And he had 31 home runs, 97 RBIs. Tucker had like 100 RBIs that Tucker have. 112 RBIs, 29 home runs. And Bregman, I was just shocked to see this a few weeks ago. He actually ends the season with 98 RBIs. Seems crazy because it didn't feel like he had a great year. Altuve had 51, missed a whole lot of the year. And he hit the leadoff, so you're not going to get a whole bunch of RBI opportunities there. Abreu, 237. So, yeah, it's a struggle for him, obviously. 18 home runs, 90 RBIs. Wow, that's even shocking to me that Abreu got to 90 RBIs. Brantley didn't play a lot this year, 278. He was actually hitless today. He walked, though. He did walk once. McCormick, 273. It's actually fallen. McCormick was in the 280s for the majority of the year. 273. I still can't complain there. Pena, 263. I'd probably take that. As bad a season as he had. OPS not very good at 705. By the way, McCormick's OPS 842, Brantley's 724. And then Moldy 191, 606 OPS. We know what Moldy is. And Yainer Diaz at 282 and at 846 OPS. So yeah, Myers comes in for Brantley. He's hit 227 this year. That's probably second worst on the team to Moldy's 191. Myers 678 OPS. Singleton came in, hit 165, 553, 531 OPS. I'm just naming all the players that came in. Dubon, pinch hit for Bregman, 278, average, 720 OPS. 278 average for Dubon. Very good. Kessinger actually 200 average, so Myers is better than he is. 614 OPS. It wraps things up for you, basically. All these players came in today because, I mean, Astros put up 5 runs in 2 innings, and then they rode that to victory, basically. So here we are. Again, a week off. It gives the Astros an opportunity to set up the rotation. We do know that last year things weren't great for Verlander. I think the layoff, having the first round bye last year, hurt the team. But they still swept Seattle. So, I mean, they still won the games. And they won the World Series. So, yeah. But that's where we're at. Verlander will probably get to start Game 1. I'm going to assume Valdez gets it Game 2, even though I'm not thrilled with that. Game 3, I mean, you can go a bunch of different directions. Javier, JP France, Jose Urquidy. Urquidy deserves a lot of credit because he actually got the start on Friday. France was in line to start. He had some family emergency, so Urquidy had to step in. And he didn't get a lot of prep or hours before the game. It's like, all right, Urquidy, you're starting. And he goes out there and throws 6 shutout innings. And they needed those innings. So, I mean, did great. Neris was good this weekend. Neris still scares me, but I mean, I can't argue numbers. So, I mean, the ERA is under 2. Abreu's still there. I'm cool with Abreu. And plus, they didn't see him a whole lot this, didn't pitch on Monday, didn't pitch on Tuesday, did pitch Wednesday, got the save Friday. Abreu got the save last night, so anyway, everybody will be well rested. I have no excuses going into Saturday's game, so, but yeah, we'll be watching a lot of wild card baseball. It will be nice knowing the Astros don't have to do that, you know. I mean, we have to state the obvious. It's nice to get a bye, but it's just kind of a long layoff here. You have 5 days off, and hopefully, it's funny, last year, so the Astros, like, they didn't play, so the season ended on Sunday. They didn't play until the following Tuesday, so they got 7, 8 days off or something like that. So it's actually moved a little bit this year. They're actually playing this weekend instead of waiting until all the way next week. So it's actually not as long a layoff as it was, I believe, last year. Because I think the first game against Seattle was a Tuesday. So they got Monday, that entire week off, 7, 8 days basically, and they played that Tuesday. So it'd be nice to play a little earlier. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah. I'm only at 16 minutes, but I don't have much more to tell you, basically. I mean, those watching the podcast, appreciate your listeners this year. And obviously my scheduling will be a little different come playoff time. We'll see how things go, but I'm not going to be just every Sunday. It's going to be a little bit more throughout the week, days off, to get on and break down the games a little bit more so in depth, to recap things for you. But I appreciate the listeners all year. I'll be here all postseason. Keep it tuned in right here. David Artis, DAVID ARTIS. That's at David Artis 7 on Twitter. Also can hear me on the radio a little bit. Sports Talk 790 Monday through Friday from 10 to 3 p.m. That is next up with Stan Orfleet and Chris Gordy and the Matt Thomas Show with Matt Thomas and Ross Villarreal. So, yes, I won't talk a lot, but I do produce the shows. So, yes. Anyway, part of me doesn't want to talk. Anyway, I won't get into all that. But, yeah, I'll wrap things up there. I got the news here to do in about 5 minutes. So, we'll see you probably maybe Sunday night, depending on when they play Sunday, maybe Monday morning. But just if you hit that little notification bell, you'll get it when it comes out. But I'd love to hear your comment section below. Hit that thumbs up button, smash the like button, all that good stuff there's there on YouTube. And we will talk to you in about a week, give or take a day or two. Yep.
160 or more, that's not enough people to make up the population. And so 6% of the population has to. I don't really think that's very fair. And when I kind of think of that, I think of Margaret Thatcher quote, the problem with socialism is sooner or later you run out of everybody else's money. But here's the way to save Social Security. And stay scored by the Congressional Budget Office. And before you shoot the messenger, keep in mind these aren't my ideas. All the math to kind of figure this out. So number one, make all the income $400,000.
These people think they know what they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're fucking idiots.
Raise the minimum retirement age.
It's going to make it extremely tough for me to go in there and find it.
Up to 65, right? Basically giving away to 62, 65. But you can't leave if you're 50-year-old, 62, when they tell people trying to adjust. Number three, because people are going to cry about that and put politicians out, so we're going to put that in. Raise the FICA payroll tax 1% from 6.2 to 7.2. I don't like that, but if it's Social Security, I'm on more for it. And number four, this is kind of nuance here, inside baseball, but if you change the cost of living adjustment, CPIW, which is wages, to CPIU, the cost of living in urban areas, actually has a quarter-point effect long-term over the COLA changes. It's not a huge deal, but it actually...
All right, moved it up a little. This is the loudest it can go, right?
All these numbers in and crunch it. It's going to be Social Security as far as the eye can see. The big problem there is You can't get Democrats or Republicans to vote on this. You just keep kicking on down the line until I have to do it. You know, maybe it'll be enough, and maybe it won't. They don't want to take the political hit. Yeah, there you go. We had a lady in recently from drove all the way to Kingwood from the Heights. She's about 5 years away from retirement, and her number one question, and it seems like nearly everybody who sits down was like, their number one question is,